Welcome to the third episode of TheBrainery. The topic for today's episode is Comprehensive Guide to Insurance while Purchasing and Selling a Vehicle. Whether you are a first time buyer or an experienced seller, understanding the ins and outs of vehicle insurance is crucial. In this episode, we will cover everything you need to know about insurance, from selecting the right policy to the consequences of not having your vehicle insured. As a speaker for today's episode, we have with us Ms. Divya Narang, Vice President of Operations at SMC Insurance Brokers Private Limited. Divya Narang has an experience of more than 13 years in the field of insurance and financial services. She has worked with many renowned companies like Bajaj Capital Insurance Brokers, Ralligear Insurance, to name a few. Currently, she is serving as Vice President of Operations at SMC Insurance Brokers Private Limited and heading national profile of operations, supervising the activities of around 45 branches pan-India. Thank you for being available at a very short notice, ma'am. We all are extremely happy to have you in today's session. So all the participants are requested to drop their queries in the chat box. So you can also unmute yourself and ask the question. So without further ado, let's get started with the questions and answers. So let me begin with a very basic yet a very important question, that is, what type of insurance policy one should buy, like for a new vehicle and an old vehicle, like a vehicle that is 8 to 10 years old or even more than that. So, ma'am.
Yeah, so you mean to understand the basic how many types of policies are there and what types of vehicle insurance can be done. See, for vehicle insurance we talk about, there are basically, we can insure the vehicle into a private segment, that is a private car. Then comes, that is a motor policy, that is divided into two-wheeler and a private car. And there is a commercial vehicle also. So vehicle insurance, as we all know, that from the point of view of legal, it is mandatory to have a minimum TP party. So for insurance, vehicle insurance, there are different type of policy. One is the when there is a comprehensive policy that includes the own damage part plus the liability part. And second is one which is that only standalone TP policy. So vehicle insurance, since it is mandatory, so it is like for an old vehicle, new vehicle, for all the segment, it is important. If you are buying a new vehicle, there is a comprehensive policy or there is a long-term policy, 1 + 3 years, where you can insure your vehicle for 1 year OD and 3 years TP together. So for old, new, for all segments, the vehicle insurance policy is mandatory.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing the answers. So as ma'am shared that having third-party insurance policy is mandatory as per law. So you must go for it. And if you want to secure your own vehicle, then obviously you should go for the comprehensive policy, right? So ma'am, there is one question like, is it feasible to transfer the existing insurance policy to the new vehicle?
So, as far as the transfer of policy is concerned, see, whenever, suppose we are having an existing insurance policy, we are buying a new car. So, for an existing insurance policy, if it is in my name, in my vehicle number, registration number, if I want to transfer the same policy into, if I purchase a new car, it is possible. It is covered under a law of substitution. But the law of substitution says whenever you are buying a new car and you want to transfer the old vehicle insurance to a new vehicle, since the old policy is in the other registration number, so you since the policy is that you want to transfer into a new vehicle, you need to first of all show the proof of that you have sold that particular old vehicle. So you show the proof that covers your form 29 and 30. Once that has been provided, that vehicle need to be inspected, because insurance company want to verify that the old vehicle which you are selling is into a good condition. It is not like if some total loss is there and you want to sell off that vehicle and transfer the insurance into a new vehicle. This is possible. And once the vehicle is inspected, the position of the vehicle is intact, that insurance company is satisfied that vehicle is in a proper manner. You have sold the vehicle, you need to show that paper which proving that your vehicle has been sold, the NCB, the NCB certificate plus the remaining period for which the insurance policy is valid, that can be transferred into a new vehicle, and the transfer is only possible between the same class of the vehicle. If you are having a private car, you want to transfer that policy into a, suppose, a commercial vehicle, that is not possible. Private car policy can be transferred into the other private car with the same, within a same class of vehicle, and that should be in the same name. Suppose I am having a policy, old policy is in my name, I am purchasing a new car in my name, only then it is possible. And since the old policy might be, I mean, maybe 2-3 years old or maybe 1 year old, so for transfer, you're buying a new vehicle. So whatever the difference in the premium happens, that difference in the premium a customer has to pay, and that after paying that premium, revised policy number will be generated and endorsement will be issued for the particular duration of the risk. Duration will be exactly the same, and for that particular duration, a new policy will be issued covering the new vehicle under subject. And generally, when we come across a situation, we don't advise the clients to go for a transfer of insurance in this case, because if suppose there is only 4 or 5 months left, by transferring that insurance to a new car, only that policy will be transferred for only 4 to 5 months. And if you are not having any NCB in the old vehicle, there is no point of transferring into a new vehicle for that particular insurance, because for getting an NCB benefit, no claim bonus benefit in a new vehicle, that your insurance policy should be in your name for at least 1 year. So you will lose that 4 month span because this policy is not in your, of the 1 year is not completed. So at the time of renewal, once you renew the policy, then 1 year after completion of one claim free year, you are then eligible for the no claim bonus. So this is the substitution clause. Transfer can be possible, but we don't encourage customer. We advise customer to get a new policy that is beneficial from the point of view of claiming a no claim bonus benefit.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing and for clearing this doubt. Like, a lot of us were having this question, like how the transfer of policy will take place.
Yeah.
Is it good, or is it like beneficial to get the policy?
No, it is possible. It is possible. But generally, from the no claim bonus point of view, because this normal, if you're buying a new vehicle insurance policy, from getting it a market, it's a simple process. But for the substitution, you need to show the proof of the previous vehicle. You have to show that the vehicle has been sold off. Form 2930 has to be given. Little bit documentation, more documentation is required.
Ma'am, there is one more question. Like, when a second-hand vehicle is purchased, in that case, how can one transfer the insurance policy from the previous owner to one's own name? Like, what's the process?
See, if suppose you are buying a second-hand vehicle. So for buying a second-hand vehicle insurance policy, the previous owner, first of all, Form 2930 is there. That is a document which shows that the vehicle has been sold. There is the signature of buyer and seller both. Seller is selling that I have sold out the vehicle to an X person and I have no objection in selling my vehicle. And buyer confirms that he has purchased that particular vehicle. So one, that transfer papers are required. Second, if you want to buy an insurance from that old person, then there is a request letter which from the original owner should be given to the insurance company that he has no objection in transferring his insurance policy to X person. He is willfully transferring sold out the vehicle and he has no objection. That insurance should also go with that. But there is a no claim bonus benefit. No claim bonus benefit goes for that particular person who's driving the vehicle. So if the vehicle is in my name, I have run my vehicle in a proper manner. So it is the benefit which I have gained for proper driving and no claim in the policy. So that no claim bonus cannot be transferred by my insurance, by giving my NOC and by giving the transfer proof and plus getting the vehicle inspected. The insurance can be transferred to the new owner. There is a transfer fee, there is a transfer charge which customer has to pay, and the no claim bonus amount which is retained by the original owner. That no claim bonus benefit part has to be borne by the new buyer. So vehicle need to be inspected and the vehicle can be transferred into the new owner.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question related to the transfer of insurance policy. Like, is it the responsibility of the previous owner to transfer the insurance policy of the sold vehicle in the name of the new owner? If yes, then what is the TAT? And if the previous owner fails to do so, then what are the legal consequences?
See, it is not linked with the responsibility. It is a matter of choice. If I am selling my insurance, it is not anyways compulsory from legal perspective or anything that I need to sell my insurance policy to him. Because if I am selling my in the vehicle and I don't want to sell my insurance, that is totally completely my choice. I can file a paper to the insurance company telling them that I have sold my vehicle, so cancel my policy and refund my premium on pro rata basis. But if it is totally completely a matter of choice, and if the person who is buying the insurance, he don't want to go for this hassle free for buying a new insurance and all, he wanted that he will buy the this vehicle along with the insurance, then it is completely a matter of choice, and it is also okay. So it is no way responsibility of a seller that he need to sell his insurance also, or he is legally bound to send. There is no such rule for that. It is totally a matter of choice.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, like, can we transfer the NCB earned in the insurance of old vehicle to a new vehicle? Like, as you have already said that yes, we can do this. Like, what's the process to transfer?
See, if no claim bonus is basically the benefit of running a vehicle in a proper manner. This is the you could say a reward which I have earned for running my vehicle in a proper manner. So I can transfer, I can use this particular no claim bonus benefit if I purchase a new vehicle, but it should be in my name. And what happens, like if suppose I'm having a next vehicle and I have sold that particular vehicle, so I can sell my insurance, I can transfer my insurance, but not the no claim bonus benefit, as I told you. So for no claim bonus benefit, I need to, once I have sold my policy, I will be submitting the proof of the insurance in a new person's name to the insurance company. Along with that, I need to forward a request letter to the insurance company that I have sold my vehicle into XYG person's name. Form 2930 will go along with the proof of insurance will go, and then I can request insurance company to issue me an NCB reservation letter, that is no claim bonus reserving letter. The validity of that NCB reserving letter is for 3 years. So this means that I'm not in a pressurizing this mode. If I have sold my vehicle, I have retained my no claim bonus benefit, I need to buy an insurance on an immediate basis. So I can use that certificate, that is an original certificate which has been issued by the insurance company, stating that this is a particular no claim bonus benefit and which is valid for 3 years. So from that year, whenever I'm going to buy a new vehicle, I can surrender my original no claim bonus certificate and I can avail the no claim bonus benefit mentioned in that particular no claim bonus letter. So that is how we can transfer the no claim bonus benefit.
Okay, so for that no claim bonus reservation certificate, like
Is
that is
mandatory, and more of one point is no claim bonus reservation letter, and that reservation letter will be issued in the same person name. So if I have purchased a vehicle, is my vehicle, so I am going to buy a new vehicle, that should be in my name. It's not like that I have a no claim bonus reservation letter and my brother or my sister can buy or can use that particular no claim bonus. It should be in the same name.
okay, because the benefit of the no claim bonus is given for driving safely to the person.
Yes, it is my this thing good habits which has lead to the reduced number of claims, and it's the way I have driven the vehicle, so the benefit cannot be forwarded to other person.
Okay, ma'am. Now, what is the process to insure the second-hand car? Like, is it same as insuring the first-hand car? Or is it different?
So for no for insuring a new hand vehicle, it is simple. Like you bought this vehicle from a dealer. You need to show you need to get the invoice and invoice price, ex showroom price, depositing 5%. We insure the vehicle. But for the second hand vehicle, if I'm buying, as I told you, if I'm buying insurance from some other person, so I need to give the submit the form 29 and 30. That is the sale proof. Buyer and seller both signs that document. that insurance proof should be sale deed should be given. Along with that, the vehicle inspection is mandatory. This ensures that vehicle is in a proper state, and if suppose there are certain PD damages, then insurance company at the time of the inspection records that either they decline the insurance or they accept the insurance with that particular PD damages intact. So vehicle inspection is mandatory, and second part is proof of sale or purchase is mandatory. And at times it happens like suppose you have not transferred the insurance in 15 days or 20 days, or you have applied for the transfer of RC first. If suppose your RC is transferred, so you need to just show the transferred RC, and plus the vehicle inspection is mandatory. So that is how we go for a transfer of insurance, second-hand vehicle.
Okay, ma'am. Like in case of ownership, in ownership case, like ownership transfer case, vehicle inspection is also mandatory, right? Okay, without
Yes, it is. Yes, it is important. In a new vehicle, we don't go for any vehicle inspection. In second-hand buy, we go for the vehicle inspection. Because it's generally, basically, if you talk about understand the logic, it is basically a transfer of insurance from X persons to Y without seeing the asset, the situation of the asset. Nobody will deal into transferring the insurance. So they need to just evident that asset is intact and what is the exact situation of the asset at the time of the contract. So they need to inspect that.
Okay, ma'am. And there is one question from one of our participants, Akshay. He's asking that how many days does the insurance company takes to transfer the policy to the new customer in case of a second-hand car case?
It does not take much of the day. It is only a matter of 1 day time. Once your vehicle is inspected, it just goes as a normal process when we are insuring or issuing a normal policy. It's just basic Form 2930 documents are complete. The vehicle is inspected. The same day you can get the policy issued.
Hope Akshay, your answer is clear. And Akshay is also asking, and in the meantime, in case the accident takes place where the names are different on the insurance paper and RC, the policy holder will be eligible for the claim amount or not?
See, Akshay, for being eligible for the claim, the policy. So what happens like if suppose even though you have transferred the insurance, but you have not applied for the transfer of the RC. So at that point of time also, at the time of a claim, insurance company will not pay the claim, because at the time, at the point of settlement of claim, the RC and the insurance policy should be in the same name. So if you have applied for the transfer of insurance, you have just given the papers for the 2930 to the insurance company, and your process isn't completed yet. You have not received the policy copy. Your vehicle is at risk. So just remember this thing. Even though you have got your insurance policy transferred, you must apply for the transfer of the RC on the urgent basis, because until and unless you have a proof that you have applied for the transfer of RC, the vehicle is at risk, as its own risk, because at the time of the settlement of the claim, insurance company will only pay the claim if they have the valid proof that RC and the insurance policy is in the same.
Hope Akshay, your doubt is clear. And like there is a question related to amount of premium. Like everybody wants to pay less premium but wants to get maximum benefits. So what are the factors on which the insurance premium of vehicle depends?
See, as far as insurance premium is concerned, there are basically for calculating the premium, the vehicle premium is dependent on the zone. The zone is like the location at which your vehicle is registered. The vehicle premium calculation part is divided into two zones, zone A and zone B. Zone A captures Delhi, Noida, all metro cities, and zone B covers the rest of India part. And second is the cubic capacity of the vehicle. There are three different calculators being given. If suppose your vehicle is not exceeding 1000 cc, your vehicle is between 1000 to 1500 cc, and third is your vehicle is exceeding 1500 cc. And obviously the age of the vehicle, the lesser the age of the vehicle, the lesser will be the rate for charging the premium. So there is a bifurcation, not exceeding 5 years, 5 years to 10 years, and 10 years and above vehicle. So these are the basic tariffs based for the calculation of the motor premium. And as you rightly said, everyone wants to go for a this thing lesser premium and this thing. These are the basic raters on which the premium criteria depends. Apart from this, there are certain discounting which has been authorized by IRDA. There is an automobile association discount. If suppose you are a member of an active member of an automobile association, they provide you some card. So by showing that card, you can avail a discount or the membership discount benefit on your premium. If suppose you have installed an anti-theft device in your vehicle, so by showing the documentary proofs for that installation of the anti-theft device, you can avail a discount on the premium. So these are the basic things with which you can avail a discount. And there is one voluntary excess clause also. Voluntary excess clauses, suppose you know that the vehicle is not exposed to much of the risk. So as a customer, you opt for that. If suppose the claim happens, minimum this amount is that which I will not claim from the insurance company. This amount I will pay from my pocket. And if my claims exceeds that particular limit, then I'll go with the insurance company. So that is called as voluntary excess. So the benefit of that to the insured is like, I mean, you will be getting a discount on the premium. So I have come across many situations where if suppose a customer is a layman and insurance, the client, there are a lot of market players, there are a lot of competitors in the market. So they tell the customers that you come with us, there is a lesser premium over here. So we should understand, we should see the calculation properly. What is the vehicle value they have taken? Getting your insurance into a under value is not advisable. It should be as per the benchmarks, as per the norms of the chart, which has been provided by the insurance company. Just to reduce the premium, reducing the vehicle value is not advisable. So whenever you go to the search for the insurance, you should just not at the words of the competitors go with that the premium is less over here. You should see the premium calculation breakup properly. Many agents just give the voluntary excess clause, and once the customer will not get to know unless and until he will come into that situation where actual claim arises. So these are the few ways where you can reduce the claim.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing us like all the points. So I hope this question is clear to all of you. Right, just for the sake of getting insurance at less premium, you should not be, taking all these discounts, because when the actual claim arises, then the problem arises, right? Now, ma'am, now there is a question related to claim. Like most of the people are not aware of the like the process of filing the claim, and they get nervous whenever the situation of claim arises. So, like, what is the process of filing a motor insurance claim? And within how many days should one register the claim with the insurance company? Like, is there any tag for that?
See, as we all know, that if we are buying an insurance, and insurance is always taken to secure our future uncertainties, right? So when we are taking a vehicle insurance, so many questions come across this phase that what is a tag for filing a claim? There is no such tag defined. It is advisable and it is required. It is advisable will be not be a better word. It is required to immediately intimate the claim. There is no tag that you need to inform the claim in 7 days, 14 days. There is no tag. It should be immediately informed with the insurance company. Or if you are not able to, due to XYZ reasons, you are not able to intimate the claim on the same day, maximum within 24 hours, it should be informed, and there should be a proper reason, explanation to the insurance company that I was not able to inform this yesterday or only 24 hours time. That should be self-explanatory. So from the point of view of tag, it is advisable to immediately inform in case of any mishappening happens. And from the point of view of the claim, what are the necessary documents? Once you are filing a claim, there is a basic important documents. You should have your policy copy intact with you. There should be a valid driving license. Valid driving license means that the person who is driving the vehicle, because there are certain queries in people ask that my friend was driving my vehicle, so I was not driving. So at the time of the claim, will I be eligible for the claim? The answer is yes, he will be eligible for the claim. At the time of the claim, what is more important is the person who's driving the car must be having a valid driving license. So one is that immediately intimate the claim. Second is you should have a proper documents. That document part should be, you should have a proper insurance policy. You should have a driving license, valid driving license. Your original RC should be there. and companies must ask for your pollution certificate, fitness certificate of the vehicle. And once this is notified, the surveyor will be appointed, your vehicle will be inspected. Then they will, after getting an approval from the insurance company, they will start working, and your claim form need to be properly filled. And just one thing need to be kept in mind whenever you are reporting a claim. So you should narrate the facts, what has actually happened. Any manipulation or any gaps in the statement which you have given will not be entertained, will be having a direct impact on the settlement of the claim. Because all this, whatever you are mentioning on the claim form, whatever you are mentioning on the recorded line at the time of reporting the claim, these are all recorded in their records. So there should not be any gap in that. So these are the basic things which need to be kept in mind.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for explaining the entire claim process and all the documents required for filing the claim. So there is one more question from Saif sir side. So he's asking, let's say I have purchased second-hand car. So can the NCB be transferred to my new second car while my old car policy is still running? Basically, can I get the benefit of my good driving skills as NCB while purchasing insurance for new car at the same time my old car policy is still running?
See, if your old vehicle policy is still running, for transferring the NCB, I mean, as if this is actually what happens, like, if suppose you are having an existing insurance policy, you are not selling the vehicle, you are keeping the vehicle intact, right? And you're buying an insurance policy, new insurance policy. You want that no claim bonus fit to be transferred to that particular policy, keeping the old policy intact, and you can want to transfer the no claim bonus policy to the new vehicle. So what does it show? That to reduce the premium, you wanted that no claim bonus benefit to be transferred there, and here also you are keeping this. So this is not possible. You need to show the proof of sale. Unless and until you sell your vehicle, the sale proof is important. But you need to sell the existing policy, only then you can transfer, because insurance company asks for the sale proof. They ask for the minimum insurance proof that you have sold the vehicle in a new owner. So looking after all this thing, it will not be happen that for the same benefit you have taken the benefit here also, and you don't want to sell the vehicle, and you want to take a benefit for the premium sake, so that your premium will be reduced. You are taking that no claim bonus. For getting a no claim bonus certificate, you need to give this documents: your sale proof, your insurance proof in the name of a new owner. So all this is mandatory. Without that, your NCB cannot be transferred to the new vehicle.
I hope it is clear, sir. Ma'am, now there's a question like what are the most common reasons for claim getting rejected?
See, for getting the claims rejected, the common reasons. So first of all, suppose if you have renewed your policy, you think you have renewed the policy, you have paid the check, your check is dishonored, your policy is not active. So first is your policy should be a valid policy should be there. Second, suppose insurance company has asked for any documentary proof, maybe a valid driving license, maybe your RC, you don't have that documents. So company has a full right to reject the claim. Second is, suppose the date of loss, if suppose your policy is expiring or your policy is expired there is a gap of 1 day because policy is expiring at the 12 noon, and your policy has expired and the claim has happened the same night at 1 o'clock. So it doesn't falls into the category of the policy period. So your policy insurance claim can be rejected. If suppose a person is under driving and he is under the influence of alcohol, so your policy will be declined. If the person is not in senses and he is driving the vehicle, so his claim will be rejected. The first point which I mentioned earlier also, in the case of transfer case, your policy is in your name but the RC is in other person's name, your claim will be rejected. For the settlement of a claim, it should be in the same name only. Suppose the reason or nature of damages are such that which are not correlating with the statement which you have given. So this is one of the another reason for which the claim can be rejected. So not providing a proper documents, not having a valid policy, not having a proper driving license, and if you are under alcoholic influence, your claim will be rejected and your statement doesn't link with the damages. So these are the basic main reasons for rejection of claim.
So there is a follow-up question, like what all are the exclusions of insurance?
See, for exclusions, if I could say, if you are driving without a valid driving license, this is exclusion. Driving under the influence of drugs or liquor is exclusion. Mechanical or electric breakdown falls under a specific exclusion. Any willful damage that falls into a specific exclusion, and any accident which happens outside the geographical boundaries, because there is a special extension clause for taking for extending the location, because the premium will start for zone A, zone B. But if you are driving your vehicle outside these geographical boundaries and accident happens, so that is not covered into insurance companies coverage. And any consequential loss on normal wear and tear. Suppose your vehicle is 5 years old and there is no accident, just generally because of the old age of the vehicle, there are certain scratches. If that is the basic cause of the scratches, not the accident. So that is a normal wear and tear, normal depreciation part, that is not covered policy.
Okay, so ma'am, if we have taken insurance policy in zone A, like our vehicle is listed in zone A, but the accident took place in zone B. So in that case, it will be counted in exclusions?
Yeah, it will be paid. It will be paid. There are certain geographical extended boundaries, Nepal, Bhutan. So this is what I mean to say. If you're purchase a vehicle, your vehicle registration, it matters from the registration number. If we have registration number for Delhi, then zone A will be calculated, and by vehicle obviously will fly anywhere within India, within the geographical boundaries. If it goes out of that and you have not informed the insurance company, or you have not externally taken the benefit or the premium for that, then it will not be paid.
Okay, so there is also an add-on geographical extension by the name.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Like there is a lot of buzz about Chat GPT and Google Bard. So there is one question related to that as well. So can Chat GPT provide personalized insurance recommendations to customers as per you? Like what is your take on that?
See, as per me, if I'll go for buying my insurance policy, see all this artificial intelligence, these things, platforms, they gather the information from the Google, from Cura, whatever the questions customers or users have put into that, and their experiences being shared. So these artificial intelligence platforms are basically the customer or user experience based inputs they will provide. So if I talk about my insurance policy personally, I would definitely suggest to go for the involvement of some broker or some agent, because that will give me more personalized services. If I'm buying my insurance for an asset, so I would definitely have an in-personal touch with the broker. So that broker has a large scale of experience which he has met with, because he has dealt with so many customer clients and cases. So for reference, I would take this chat artificial intelligence knowledge from them. For reference sake, I will definitely take the input from there. But for taking a final decision, I would definitely go with the broker to get in, because broker is the best way to guide me onto the basis of the claim experiences, and to guide me what is right, what is wrong. That is why this is my say over that.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Ma'am, how can one customize his or her motor insurance policy? And as per you, what are must to have add-ons?
For customization of motor insurance policy, as I rightly said, for buying insurance, generally there is a mandatory requirement for TP policy, right? So, but we would suggest to go for a comprehensive policy, because TP is just basically if anything happens to other vehicle. So it is not securing your vehicle. It is just for the legal formality compilation. You are getting the vehicle insured for TP. So I would suggest to go for a comprehensive policy. There should be a full comprehensive policy for your vehicle. Second, to have a proper requirement, because there are a lot of add-on covers available in the market. So it is not advisable that you should go for add-on all the add-on covers. And because the more there is a list of add-on covers, the more it will add on to the premium. So you should always be very much vigilant about what you need. So first of all, there is a very common and most important add-on cover which is available in the market. That is a zero depth. That is which can be purchased by an additional premium. It offers a complete coverage to your vehicle without factoring into a depreciation. For example, there are certain, the charge, even if we have got our vehicle insured for the comprehensive, they are the basic wear and tear, as I told, it is not covered. Basic depreciation charges, which is liable to be borne by the customer. So if we'll take that zero debt policy, it will help into paying those charges. So your vehicle is fully covered. I mean, you need not to have, apart from that compulsory excess, you need not to pay that petty depreciation charges, which might not be big in the small claim. But if you go or you come into a situation where claims are huge, big amount of claims are there, so you will be in trouble. So it is definitely advisable to take a zero debt cover, comprehensive cover along with the zero debt cover. Apart from that, RSA, roadside assistance, they are the small packages, and that is not so costly. That comes in as a part of, because few companies are providing as a part of an add-on in their policy only. So RSA ho gaya. Apart from that, consumables are there. Consumables are not also not that costly, but same for the small amount of things, the small amount of claims, consumables, there are a lot of consumables being used at the time of the repair. So it is advisable to take zero debt. It is advisable to take RSA consumables. These are the main thing. Apart from that, a big question comes from, what about return to invoice? So see, return to invoice is is a very good add-on, but it is advisable only. You need to see how secured is your vehicle in terms of, like, if your vehicle, because return to invoice is basically beneficial where the vehicles are more prone to the risk of total loss. Total loss may include the theft. So if suppose because theft segment is not into a big segment cars, that is basically a small mid segment SUV types vehicle. So if you have a big segment car, return to invoice is a big huge premium for that add-on cover. So it is not required to take return to invoice there, because big segment car is not prone to much of theft, etc. It is basically a mid segment SUV types car are prone to the theft and all. So it is advisable to take return to invoice there. Return to invoice is there, and apart from this, there's a tire protection for a new vehicle, for a brand new vehicle or a big vehicle. You should go for this tire protection, because tire cost itself is huge in that particular segment. So these are the basic things which you need to be kept in mind. So advisable from all point of view is zero debt, your RSC, your consumables. Apart from that, return to invoice based upon the situation. Tire, if suppose the segment of the vehicle is big, you should go for it. And there is this thing, one more is there, this thing you could say, the engine protection. Engine protection is basically when there is a water ingression, the areas where there is a lot of rains happens and all. So they should definitely go for this engine protection. Otherwise, engine protection is not as much required as there. So these are the basic things which need to be kept in mind.
Like popularity of zero depreciation is a lot. Like whenever customers say, they often say that I need zero depreciation policy. Like policies are of three types, as we know: comprehensive, third party, and OD. They say I need
Yeah.
zero debt policy. So like
Yeah, actually, zero debt is basically a basic cover. That is important because the normal claim depreciation is charged, which is to be borne by the customer. If you are taking a zero debt cover, so of course that is the financial burden of that depreciation has been levied from the customer. So it is advisable. Zero debt is definitely advisable.
like at the time of claim, only compulsory deductible or filing charges needs to be paid.
That need to be paid. Apart from that, wear and tear, just depreciation cover that will be paid over there by the insurance.
Like yeah. Uh, like having a third party insurance policy is mandatory. Like similarly, like personal accidental cover for owner driver is also mandatory as per
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So when one can avoid PA cover OD while buying the policy, like
See,
having this PA cover OD add-on.
see, for personal accident policy, it is compulsory. But if suppose you are having a personal accident, individual personal accident policy that provides a protection of 15 lakh death cover, then it is not required to get that additional at the time of making a vehicle insurance. Or if you are having the other vehicle and you have already purchased that GPA cover, owner driver cover in that particular policy, then also it is not required. So having one is more than enough. That is sufficient. It will suffice the purpose.
And what are the statutory provisions for driving uninsured vehicle? Like if you're driving a vehicle that is not insured, then what are the legal consequences?
See, if you're not, if you're driving a vehicle without an insurance, definitely financial penalty is there, and in certain situation there may be an imposition of the imprisonment, and financial this burden may be a fine that could lead to 2,000 rupees to 4,000 rupees, and this imprisonment also is may lead to the three may to the imprisonment for 3 months. So these are the basically that you could say consequences for running a vehicle without having a valid insurance policy. Financial burden is of course there. Apart from that, these penalties or imprisonment, depending upon the nature of thing which has happened.
So all of you, if you want to save yourself from financial penalty and this imprisonment, so kindly insure, get your vehicle insured. So any other question anyone having? Hope all the questions are answered. So ma'am, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
this
thank you,
wonderful
Himanshi.
session and clearing
Thank you,
all our
Himanshi.
doubts and enriching us with the profound knowledge of motor insurance that you have.
Yeah,
We are looking
thank
forward
you.
to have many more such sessions with you in future.
Definitely.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. I
much.
would love to join. Thank you, Himanshi. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks to all the participants.
Thank you.